Before we get started, I am going on tour for the first time ever this fall, November 20th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd in 4 special cities. Join me for laughs, games, full house trivia, real conversations around women's wellness, and I'll be taking audience questions. Tickets and info at candace.com/tour. I had taken once a collagen. This was several years ago. And it was a marine collagen. After taking it for like a month every day, my husband's like, "You smell like fish all the time," which is not the comment you ever want to hear. Let's be honest. Traditional healthcare can feel like a hassle, expensive, hard to understand, and not very personal. But We Share is different. It's a community-driven, faith-based health share where people come together to share in each other's medical needs. It's easy to use, cost-effective, and built on values I really believe in. And here's the best part. They're waiving the $149 application fee just for listeners of this show. So take a look, visit weshare.org/Candace or call 855-230-2523 to get your free quote today. That's 855-230-2523. You know, one thing I love is sharing stories that inspire us to live with faith and courage, and Truth and Treason is exactly that kind of story. It's based on the true life of Helmut Hübner, a teenager in Nazi Germany who couldn't stay silent. With nothing more than a typewriter, he risked everything to tell the truth. It's heartbreaking, yes, but it is also deeply hopeful and incredibly inspiring. What gives me chills is that hidden in his name are the German words Mut üben, practice courage. And that's exactly what this movie challenges us to do. If a teenager could be that brave, what excuse do we have? Parents, I especially encourage you to take your teens. Let this film spark conversation about truth, faith, and standing up for what's right. Truth and Treason opens in theaters October 17th. Get your tickets today at angel.com/Candace. And don't miss this powerful story of courage and conviction. Life is like a roller coaster, but it's better when we go through it together. Welcome to the Candace Bure podcast. We're here with honest, faith-centered conversations about life's challenges, celebrations, and everything in between. And today, we're answering your extra listener questions from this season of Body and Soul with Lisa Whittle. And just a reminder, if you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe and click the bell icon so you won't miss any episodes. Come join us. Lisa, it's our last one.
I can't believe it.
How did it go so fast?
It did. It went by so fast, but it has been amazing.
Yeah, it really has. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, thank you. It's been so good.
So good. And I love today's episode because we're just going to start answering some listener questions. And I have to say, we actually get a lot of tough questions and some heavier questions that, quite frankly, some I'm not really sure how to answer because they are so specific. But I want all of you guys to know that we read your questions, we see them, we're very thoughtful about choosing them, because if there isn't something that I could really give solid advice on, I don't want you to have to listen to me, or hear my opinion. So we're choosing questions that we know that we can answer, and really practical ones that we could just have fun with, because a lot of you guys write really fun questions in here as well. So stick with us for this show, and hopefully we will answer one of your questions. And I'm going to start off with a really practical one. Loretta asked, I would love a recap of previous podcast seasons, or just a list of the past seasons. And McNair said, is there a way to get PDFs from the season? Oh, with Bianca Olthoff. Okay, so yes, I have a recap of all the seasons. Please know that you can watch every single episode on YouTube, if that's where you like, or wherever you subscribe to your podcasts. Just go to Candace Cameron Bure podcast, and all of those seasons will list out for you. But the best place that you can just see it visually, and that where PDFs are available is the front page of Candace.com. So go to Candace.com, and as you scroll down, you'll be able to choose the guides from every single season. And that's where you can see a list of all of our past seasons with links to those episodes. So there you go. And I hope you guys do go back and listen to previous seasons, because there's so much good information in there.
Laura asks, colostrum, peptides, collagen, greens, electrolytes. What is worth the hype? I'm overwhelmed. This one is made for you.
Aren't we all?
Yes,
aren't we all overwhelmed?
Yes.
I know there's so much stuff that's out there, and there's a lot of great products that are out there. I'm still trying to decipher what is worth the hype and what isn't. And this is probably where I get in the weeds a little too much, because I want to try all the newest, latest and greatest things, because that's just who I am.
Yeah.
But I will say that there's some of these things that I do use on a daily basis, like electrolytes. Mm-hmm. Yes, I love. But here's the thing. You don't look for the stuff. I mean, you really have to read the ingredients.
Yeah.
And so the electrolytes that I use are salt-based. So many of them that you're going to see on a grocery store shelf or a drugstore shelf are sugar-filled. You don't want that.
Sure.
So get something with the fewest ingredients possible. And I've really enjoyed drinking my water every day, mm-hmm. having the electrolytes. Greens, I'll be honest, I try to eat my greens.
Yeah.
I really like them versus a powder. I know there's some great products out there, but I try to eat them. Collagen, I have not started taking, but as I'm on this journey right now and I'm working with a company and that is providing all the things, guys, nutrition and fitness and doctor. I am going to start using collagen. I haven't started it yet, but that's something that is on my list, and I'm getting that recommended from the doctor. And then
in a pill form, is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know yet, but I'm saying I'm not getting collagen off of a shelf.
Okay.
But I don't really know what form it's going to be in.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
So, I don't know.
You're not on it yet.
No, I'm not on it yet. But I think some of these things are. Here's what I did. So you know, because you're like, how are you taking things? We don't really know what you're taking. In starting to work with this company, I got all my blood work done. Mm-hmm. So I got every panel I could possibly get to check my hormones, to check all the things. And then I also did a Dutch test. Have you heard of the Dutch test?
No, but I'm going to ask you later who you're working with, because I'm fascinated. I've looked into a couple of these things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
is the Dutch test go ahead, you explain it.
I mean, it does everything that blood tests don't do.
Yes.
It does everything. And you actually need a very knowledgeable person who understands the mm-hmm. Dutch test to read the results for you, because it's so in depth.
Yeah.
But this was really eye-opening. When I learned about the Dutch test, I was like, okay, great. I want to do this to see how my body is performing and functioning. Mm-hmm. And then it'll tell you where it is and where it isn't. So where your deficiencies are and all that kind of stuff. So I learned a lot about myself. They even gave me an award. They were like, if we could give someone an award, we would give it to you, because there was some number on the chart, and I don't even remember which thing it was, but they said, we've never seen a person ever within our company have the number that you have, which was so incredibly low.
A deficiency. That's not the award you want.
No, you don't want it. You don't want it. And then I had another one that was like so extremely high that they were like, yeah, you should win a prize for that one, because that's not the number that you want. So there was a couple places that were completely out of whack for me.
Okay.
And so I've enjoyed this because I'm getting the medical advice from people and getting on the right supplements for my body, instead of just winging it, going, let me scroll through Instagram and this looks like a great product. This looks like a great product. I want to make knowledgeable decisions for my body. So I suggest starting with blood work. So
Yes.
you know, and we talked about that.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually on the same wavelength as you. I've done a very similar thing. And I find that super important because otherwise it's just like shooting in the wind. You're just like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to take? And truly, there are different types of all of the things. It's like there's 3 types of magnesium. There's probably even more than that, but there's 3 that I know of. Like which one am I supposed to have? And
I'm on the magnesium train too.
Yeah. So it's like, and I've tried collagen. I've done the scoops in my coffee and, different forms that you take. And one of the things that I have started taking is the colostrum because I wanted to do that for my gut health and regularity, which is something when you go through menopause, that is a very real thing that women struggle with. And certainly I have had some issues there. I've found it to be really helpful thus far. I haven't been on it for very long. I actually put it in my afternoon smoothie and it's like a powder form. Yeah. And it's really helped me with my gut. So I've only been on it for a couple months, but it's helped me stay regular. It's also supposed to help a lot of other things, immune system, because colostrum is what you get when you're nursing your child. It's that first bit that comes out of your breast. And so it's supposed to help with the immune system, also supposed to help with hair growth. Don't know if it's helped that yet or not, but it has helped me with my gut. So that I can tell you, I think is pretty good. The rest of the stuff, I'll just let it stay with you. I also try to eat my greens. So yeah, I'm on the same page there.
Yeah. So I'm on this new journey. So some of the new supplements that I'm taking have even changed within a few months after getting blood work and then being on them for a couple of months. And then they go, okay, like your levels are coming out. They're good. We take you off of that. And that's why there's a science to it, which I really appreciate because my whole life I've just tried supplements like the wind blows. It's just whatever way it's blowing. I'm like, sure, I'll just pick that one up and try it. And I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah. I want it specific for my body.
And I think we're in such a habit of taking pills. We have to really think about what's like being processed through our liver and stuff like that. It's just something to really pay attention to. And also, like you said, a lot of things have a lot of sugar in them. So as we're taking these gummies and things like that we're eating, we're like, oh, I'm taking vitamins, but it's a lot of stuff in them.
Yeah. So. And sometimes good old trial and error. I had taken once a collagen. This was several years ago because for hair and nail growth, I thought that was it. And then someone gave me, and it was, organic, and it was like a marine collagen. And then after taking it for like a month every day, my husband's like, you smell like fish all the time, which is not the comment you ever want to hear, especially from your husband. No. My husband's nose is so sensitive, I've had to stop using certain face creams and things because he was like, please stop taking that. I'm like, got it. Okay.
Not worth it.
I was using it because I'm not a crunchy person yet. You know that term, crunchy. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
So I'm not crunchy yet. I'm getting a little scrunchy. Like I'm just testing out more clean, organic type products. Yes. Again, understanding my body and trying to put the best things that are in there. Beef tallow's become all the rage, right?
Right.
And so I tried some of the beef tallow for my face, which, by the way, I loved. I loved the company that I bought it from. And it was like a couple that farms and produces all this stuff. And so, my skin was feeling really good. It's all natural, all the things. And then my husband says to me, you smell like a beef patty.
I thought she's going to devastate me because I've been cooking with beef tallow.
Oh, that's great. That's really great.
Okay. So
and apparently beef tallow is for everything. Put it on your skin, cook with it.
Yeah, you've gone to the next level that you're putting it on your skin.
Well, it really is all the rage right now. Okay. And yet we could probably talk to people 100 years ago and they'd say, no, this is what we've been using it for. Right. You guys just
welcome.
You started using a bunch of chemicals and now you're coming back to nature. Exactly. But my husband, so I had to stop that because Val's like, you smell like a beef patty.
Oh my word. Yeah, I've been cooking my vegetables in beef tallow and it is so, so good.
It's so good. Have you ever had masa chips?
No.
Okay, masa chips.
But are they actually good?
Oh no, that's what I'm telling you. They're so good. So it's a tortilla chip cooked in beef tallow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can get on board.
Because they don't do their anti-seed oil and all of that. And their chips are so good. But the beef tallow, it's like a whole different flavor that's what they're cooked in. And they are the best tortilla chips I've ever had.
That makes
Shout out to Masa Chips.
That makes sense. That checks. Okay. I'm
do you want to sponsor the show?
Yeah, exactly. By the way,
we should serve Masa Chips for like all of my co-hosts.
That would be it.
I know.
Would be it. Yes. By the way, I'm getting scrunchy too. So I'm on that path. I'm like, well, who am I? I'm starting to do this kind of natural stuff. But no, it's actually, I think, a really good thing. So I'm with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Infrared saunas. What's your take on them?
I think you probably have a better take than I have on them. I don't really have feelings about things like that. I don't really have feelings about saunas.
I don't have feelings about saunas either. I enjoy it when there's one available and I can use it. However, my husband is in the sauna every single day.
So is Scotty. What?
Yeah.
He is
every day.
Addicted to the sauna.
Every day.
He loves it.
Val's been in a sauna. I think as an athlete, that is a part of his routine. So every day he's in a sauna. Infrared, no. I have friends that use the infrared light on their faces or the infrared sauna. Obviously, we've heard that there are good benefits. But I have not done any of that research, so I don't know what is true. But I have a few girlfriends that have like infrared skin like tools that they use that they really love, but I've personally never tried it, so I have no opinion on it.
I've tried the if we're talking about just the tools, I've tried that. I actually like the way it feels on my face, but I've heard that those really don't work. Yeah, I've heard that the only one that you have to have a certain amount of that really strong infrared for it to actually work on your face or on your skincare. So I don't know how effective that is. Yeah, but as far as the infrared sauna, we don't know. I don't have strong opinion.
Okay.
How do you feel about a Christian and prioritizing fitness while also not letting it consume you? Which we've been talking about that this season a lot.
We have. So I believe that fitness is important. Movement is important. And I would use the word movement more than anything because depending on what you like for fitness or your level of and your ability to move, I think walking and getting out with fresh air and moving your body is the most important thing that you can do. But as a person who enjoys fitness, I enjoy getting a heavier sweat on. I enjoy lifting weights. Those are priorities in my life because of the benefits of them. I really use them as a mental health tool. Working out helps me clear my mind. And I need to do that. Otherwise, there's all kinds of thoughts that consume me. And there's all kinds of scientific stuff about the endorphins that are released and sweating it out, which I'm not a scientist, I don't know, but it just works is what I can say. So I prioritize it in my life, but it doesn't consume me. There's no addiction to exercise. It doesn't matter if I have not exercised for a couple of days because I've been traveling. We've been taping this podcast and it's been weeks, but if I'm tired on a day and I'm going to be working a whole day, I will try to get in a walk, but I am not prioritizing fitness in a heavy fitness, let me work out with Kira for an hour kind of way.
Right. Yeah. I co-signed to everything that you said. I think for me, I used to be a huge workout person. It was my favorite thing in the world. I did it for all the unhealthy, wrong reasons, but it did get in my blood. And then I began to love it. I really loved the definition in my arms. Very proud of my upper body at a certain point when I was a young woman. Then I took it to the other extreme and never did anything. That's also super unhealthy. To not move your body, not good at all. I watched my father who, after he had hip replacement surgery, never get up out of a chair. And I also saw that he died very early. So that's not good at all for your body. So either extreme's not good. We know that living in any extreme is not good. Yeah. Also, idolatry is not good. Idolatry is actually sinful. So we know that anything that we make an idol is going to be wrong. I've talked about this openly and written about it before, that for me at one point in my life, shopping became an idol. And so I went on a shopping fast for an entire year. Wow. And so I think what's important about that is I don't want anyone to stop exercising for a year, but what I will say is, that you ask yourself, am I putting anything over God? Do I love something more than I love God? Yeah. It sounds crazy to think that you would love exercise more than God or shopping more than God, but we can if we're running to them rather than running to God. If you are
you're prioritizing fitness time over any time with God, then that might be an idol in your life.
But on the other hand, movement can be worship. Like you can worship God as you're moving your body. Yeah. That's what I would highly suggest. For me in this season of life, it involves walking and lifting weights because of where I am in my life. That's really important for a woman of my age. Yeah. Like heavy cardio is not necessary at this point.
No.
But lifting weights, yes, because I need strength. And walking, hugely important. We know that, that is at this point, if everyone doesn't know that walking is hugely important, then where you're not on social media because that's like every other reel. So,
and that's also why I love the Dwell Bible app, because when I'm walking, I listen to the Bible. So I use that time, unless I'm walking with Val, then we walk and talk. But if I'm alone, I always put on the Bible app. So I'm listening to the Bible and Tara Lee Cobble.
Tara Lee.
So, okay, here's a question for Wendy. What's your favorite perfume? Do you wear perfume?
Yes, I do. Although I feel like...
Does that feel personal to you, that question?
No, I'm a little embarrassed of my answer. That's why I hesitated. I'll tell you in a minute. But honestly, I don't... Most days I am at home, not getting dressed up, not wearing perfume, not wearing makeup. I am either... Have you ever seen that meme that they're like... she either looks like a bag lady or someone who is like on a glamorous movie set or whatever.
Yes.
So that's me. I live in extremes. I'm either really dressed up and traveling or I am not at all.
Yeah.
I'm a little embarrassed of my answer because I have been wearing the same perfume for
Do you wear like Bath and Body Works perfume
honestly,
or something?
This is probably a step down.
Oh, what?
This is something.
Do you wear like CK Calvin Klein?
It's almost of that level.
Stop
no,
it.
I'm not kidding you. And when you make fun of me, the funny thing about it is that everyone compliments this perfume.
Okay, tell me.
It's called, I'm embarrassed. It's called Forever by Alfred Sung. And it's literally probably something you could get at a drugstore. And I think I can get it on Amazon. I get it on Amazon. This is the true story. I think people
are going to fall in love with you even more for that. I've heard the name of that, but I don't recognize the scent.
I'm sure it will probably go out at some point. I mean, I think it's literally like $17. I'm not kidding you. And everyone still is like, that smells so good. Aww. So that was like, I'm so embarrassed to even utter this answer, but it is the true answer. My mother-in-law usually for Christmas buys me like 4 bottles of it. And that lasts me. Cute. So what about you?
So I've never bought my own perfume.
Okay.
My husband buys it for me because, again, he has this incredible nose, which is why he doesn't want me smelling like beef tallow or fish.
Right. I mean, you can't blame Val.
Totally. No, you can't imagine the amount of products I've had to stop using because Val is so sensitive to them. So he buys my perfume and I love it. Like I feel so adored by him. I just love being married to him. So, and I'm really sensitive to smells in that I get headaches very, very fast. Mm-hmm. So I don't wear perfume every day. And if I do, I can't put it up around my neck, which is, squirt around the neck or behind the ears is where we normally put it. I can't because I will get a headache within 1 minute of wearing it. And so anyway, but my go-tos that he buys that I like that are light enough for me, I don't like overly floral perfume.
Yeah.
I like even a little citrusy is okay for me, but it just has to be light. So Byredo is a brand that I love, and it's called Gypsy Water. And there's another one called Bal d'Afrique. That's by the same brand. Those are my two of my favorites that I wear pretty often, and they don't give me a headache badly. That sounds
These
bad.
sound a little fancier than Forever.
They're a little fancy. You have to get them like at Neiman Marcus or something like that.
I don't think they're the same. Okay. We're not on the same scale here, Candace. We're a little mismatched on our perfume.
Okay. That's okay.
Although I'm sure they're very lovely. I would love to smell them.
I've never been to Israel, but it's a place I've often talked about with friends and really hope to visit someday. It's where the stories of the Bible happened, full of history and meaning. That's why I'm proud to partner with the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. For over 40 years, they've been caring for Israel's most vulnerable, feeding children, supporting the elderly, and bringing hope to where it's needed most. There are stories in the Bible that come with promises. And for Christians, I think it's so important to understand the foundations of our faith and the special connection we have with the people of Israel, whose history is told in the Bible. Building intentional relationships and supporting the people of Israel is a way we can live out our faith. Join me in being a blessing to people who share the foundations of our faith. To learn more and find out how you can help, visit ifcj.org. That's ifcj.org. Like so many of you, I have seasons where stress, low energy, and feeling off balance start to take a toll physically and emotionally. That's why it's important to find real, effective support for your health. I found it through New Ethics, and it's making a huge difference in my life. Lately, I've been loving a few supplements from New Ethics. I've been taking Court Ease every day for the last 7 months. It's helped me manage stress in a healthy way and stay centered throughout the day. New D3 plus K2 supports my immune system and bone health, both things we want to stay on top of as we get older. And they also make a great greens product called Gourmet Greens that tastes delicious because it doesn't taste like bitter greens. There's an espresso flavor, but I'm not a coffee drinker, so I got the berry blend, and you can taste the blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. It's fruity, but it's not too sweet. It's packed with antioxidants and digestive support. New Ethics greens are designed to promote natural energy and overall wellness. Taking care of my health is a top priority. I think you know that. I want to be proactive in finding supplements that support my body in a clean, honest way that I feel good about. And I know you do too. Visit newethics.com. The link is in the show notes. And don't forget to use my code Candace for a special discount at checkout. Grand Canyon University, a private Christian university in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, believes that we're endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. GCU equips you to serve others in ways that promote human flourishing and create a ripple effect of transformation for generations to come. Proverbs 11:25 says, "Whoever brings blessing will be enriched, and one who waters will himself be watered." By honoring your career calling, you impact your family, your friends, and your community. Whether your pursuit involves a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree, GCU's online, on-campus, and hybrid learning environments are designed to help you achieve your unique academic, personal, and professional goals. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Okay, here's a question from Riley. What are things you wish someone told you your first year of marriage? This is a very good question. Yeah.
Do you have an answer?
Did you get any kind of, like at your wedding, did you get advice for the couple or anything like that was they didn't do that when we got married, did they? They didn't have like people giving advice in a fishbowl with things or
no. You know what's I love that question. You know what I wish, which obviously was around, but nobody talked to us about it. Even like my parents, nobody said anything. But what we've encouraged our kids to do, which they are all fully on board, and that just seems like a standard for them, is to have premarital counseling.
We did do that.
To talk about the big things that you don't, when you're so in love and you don't see your spouse's or your boyfriend or girlfriend's flaws because everything is just amazing. They're amazing.
Right.
That you fail to talk about the big things that you will have to talk about eventually in life, and whether that's finances or children or schools or religion. And nobody wants to talk about them when you just have butterflies and you're like, but I just see you as amazing and you're perfect and you're never going to do anything wrong.
Right.
And then you get married and you're like,
yes.
we have to make a decision together on this.
Right.
So I wished that someone had told me how important that would be, just to set, we obviously got through it. We figured it out together, but I would have liked a better heads up.
We did do premarital counseling, but the only reason we did it was because it was free. Because we were both in seminary at the time and they offered free premarital counseling.
Cool. Good for them.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Good for seminary.
Yes.
So we did. We went to 10 sessions, I think, together, and it was really good. Yeah. Dan was his name. Anyway, so it was really, really good. But what do I wish that someone would have told me? I wish someone would have told me that you will go through times where you don't like each other. You just don't like each other. And that's not the kiss of death. That it doesn't mean your marriage is over.
Yeah.
That a lot of these sound bites we hear, like, I mean, it's not a soundbite to say don't go to bed angry, because that's actually scriptural.
Yeah.
But those things are not deal breakers. Like sometimes you are going to kind of be mad when you go to bed. I think there were just a lot of things that I heard, like don't put a TV in your room and don't do this. Again, it was like a lot of just don'ts.
Why?
I think people feel like, some people feel like if you have a TV in your room, you won't talk to each other. It'll interrupt your sex life, whatever.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know.
I needed it for noise.
Right. Exactly.
So the kids wouldn't hear us.
Yeah. But I think that's the point, is like, there were just a lot of like these rules that you heard. And I was already feeling like, oh, this is going to be hard to be married. I hadn't lived with anybody. And so I was feeling like I'm already just adjusting to this idea of being in the bed with somebody and all that kind of stuff. It felt just overwhelming a bit.
Yeah.
So I think just it's going to be hard, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
Staying with your person's going to be worth it. So, I wish that someone had told me that a lot of things were going to feel abnormal, but they are pretty normal for most couples, and that other people will struggle just as much as you struggle. Because I would look around and I'd be like, I think they're the perfect couple.
Oh, I did that all the time.
Right.
My husband laughed at me. Why do you think of course there's stuff going on. I'd be like, no, there's nothing.
Right.
He's like, you're a fool.
And they were probably divorced in 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
5. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the best simple exercise for people who aren't very athletic? I feel like we answered that. Walking.
Mrs. Stevens asked, that storyline in Full House where teen DJ is overweight, how did that affect you personally?
Oh, that's a sweet question that someone would ask. I'm assuming that the episode where I went on a crash diet because I was supposed to go to a pool party and I didn't want to stand next to Kimmy and other friends in a bathing suit. And then I passed out because I wasn't eating, and then, worked out at the gym too hard. So how did that make me feel in real life? Honestly, I didn't feel bad about the episode. I just felt like it was real life. And And so the only part that I didn't like, that it actually like, because I have that it's probably one of those little notches in the whole body image feelings about myself, was that Lori Loughlin, Jodie Sweetin, and Jodie was like 6 or 7 years old or 8 years old. Mary-Kate and Ashley. This was in the early 90s. They all had on leotards, like with their like leggings, but we were still, it's like 80s, 90s.
Okay.
They still had the leotard. I mean, hers was like, Lori's, I think, was a G-string. Like we had it.
That was
but it was like the colored leggings, tights, whatever, the scrunchy socks. But all of them had leotards and tights on. And because DJ was feeling overweight, I had the bike shorts on with a very big baggy t-shirt. And that's what I would have worn to the gym. That's what I did wear to the gym in real life. So they weren't, the wardrobe people weren't trying to make me feel bad or anything like that. But when I saw all of them in the leotards with tight form-fitting outfits, that made me feel bad because I was like, oh, I don't look good enough to be in one of those, which was then what the episode was all about.
Yeah.
But that was the only thing that was a little bit crushing to my soul.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, this is kind of true. So I just didn't think anything of it. And I'm like, this is a show about family and our family issues. And even though they get wrapped up with a bow in 25 minutes, I'm like, yeah, this is kind of what I'm going through in my real life. It's true. So I just felt like, yeah, so we're going to talk about it on an episode of Full House.
Okay. Yeah.
So it wasn't terrible. It didn't hurt me any more than some other things hurt me in my life.
Yeah.
You know?
And you were already feeling that way anyway about Kimmy.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It was real feelings. I would never have wanted to be next to Andrea in a bathing suit.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Right. No.
Hawks writes, what are some of your favorite songs on your gym playlist? I'm curious, do you even have a type of music that you like to work out to?
No. Okay. I am not a good person to ask about like playlists and stuff like that.
Okay.
I honestly borrow my kids' playlists.
Yeah.
In fact, when I want a playlist, I'll say, make me a playlist, because I trust, especially my middle son, because I trust him the most with things like that.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not. I kind of like a lot of different music. The only kind of music I don't like is country music.
Oh, interesting.
Sorry, everyone who's a country music fan, but I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
I really don't.
Okay.
Yeah. But I still love 80s music, but I need that kind of especially because I'm walking now. It's not, I don't need as much like get me up, resuscitate me off the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I'm walking again, I listen to the Bible. But when I'm lifting weights, I do like pump music.
Yeah.
And I struggle with this because I want to listen to uplifting, positive music. And there are some artists that have great songs, but I get tired of it because I feel like there's few of them. But there might be some songs from even like Third Day or Andy Mineo or Lecrae or like something that just have a good beat to it.
Right.
Where I'm like, okay, this is kind of, or Crowder has a couple songs that I really like. Chance the Rapper has a couple songs that I like. But I've listened to those playlists so many times. I'm so sick of it. So I will, a go-to is 80s music. And most of it's pretty clean. You can find a lot of good fun songs that are clean. But then sometimes, guys, I'm not going to lie, I just want to listen to Eminem while I'm pumping weights. I just do. I do. And I just, and the words are terrible and I don't want to, but I'm like, yeah, I can lift more when I'm listening.
That's real. I'm sorry, but that's real. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Something about Eminem just, I can lift an extra 100 pounds. I'm lying, but I'm just saying it like that. It pumps me up.
I completely get it and do not judge it.
Okay, thanks.
Caitlin asked, how do you incorporate more protein in your diet?
Oh, well, I know protein's such a thing right now.
It is a thing.
And even in this, this journey of mine.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to give what I feel like is diet or, I mean, it's not medical advice. You're asking how to incorporate more protein. I mean, eat more lean chicken, eat some meat.
Honestly, yes.
But there's lots of foods that do have protein that maybe you're not thinking about. Like a low-fat Greek yogurt has a lot of protein in it. Cottage cheese has protein. Those are some of the go-tos when I'm not wanting to eat meat. And of course, there are protein bars and protein powders, but you really have to look at ingredients and make sure that they are clean and real protein. I try to get all of my nutrients from food as much as I can and not do the powders and this and this and that. But sometimes I do. And as I'm going to be building muscle, I know that I need to have more protein and I might need to supplement with some powders to hit my goals each day. But we're going to cross that. Cross that what when we get to it? Cross that bridge. See, the metaphors are just they're going out the window.
We laugh at my daughter-in-law because she mixes up her metaphors some. And so I think it's so cute. And she's such a good sport about it. But yeah, it's true. Yeah, I think too, protein is the big subject right now.
Yeah.
And it's true. I mean, we women don't get enough because we don't typically gravitate toward just eating meat all the time. But I mean, I think it's just being mindful of not taking in so many, empty carbs or whatever we're taking in, but taking in more protein to fuel our bodies is the thing. Don't be a slave to that. Like, I've just got to eat more protein, and consulting, with people, with your doctor, about that. But being mindful about it is important. Yeah.
Yeah. I've gone through some different iterations of what I hate to say it's dieting, but I had to figure out what worked to heal my gut.
Yes.
And then to eat, because I am the queen of, I've tried every diet on the planet.
Yeah.
And we talked about that in the first episode, but legit, like Slim Fast, Nutrisystem, Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, the cabbage soup diet, the pineapple diet, the grapefruit diet, the Master Cleanse, South Beach diet.
Atkins.
I loved Atkins, loved South Beach way back when. And now even, I hate saying that this is a diet because I have many, many family members that absolutely love this and it's been their way of eating for years, but they are carnivores. And I actually love the carnivore diet. I could eat meat and eggs all day long and not get tired of it. I really enjoy it, but it's not working well, wasn't working well for my body. And I'm sure carnivores out there would disagree and say I didn't do it long enough or try it long enough, but I'm eating in a way that I'm really enjoying and I'm eating all the foods.
That's good.
And so it's just, someone asked, one of their questions was, do you count macros? And for the first time in my life, I started counting. I never wanted to. But I bought a scale so that I could understand my portions of food. And when I was told like, oh, you can eat, 4 ounces of chicken, I didn't, everyone says kind of use the size of your hand as a gauge, but I really needed to look at what does that actually mean? And when it says however many ounces are a side of this, what does 1 cup look like? What does 8 ounces actually look like on my plate? And I don't want to be a calorie counter and all of that. However, when I decided to kind of start this program, I really had to understand it. It's helped me. And while I don't weigh out everything anymore, I love that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm actually eating like really good foods that are nutrient packed, great sweet potato, my vegetable, my protein. And then I don't have the desire to snack as much because I feel and enough fat too, that I feel satisfied. But again, you gotta, now I'm pretending to be a dietitian right now. Right. I'm just repeating what I've been told from the people that I'm working with. But it's like, no, because when you're actually cooking that in the pan, if you're pouring too much olive oil in it, you could be consuming more than you actually need to. So it's important to understand the measurements of it. And then hopefully you don't have to do that for the rest of your life, but get a better gauge so you're not unintentionally eating the wrong proportions.
That's so good.
Yeah.
And just eating real food.
Eating real food. That's the biggest thing.
Really key.
I've really enjoyed eating real food.
Isn't it good? Yeah.
I never want to see another protein bar in my life.
Honestly true. Yes.
They're good at the airport, though, when you're in a jam, I will have to say. I do carry them when I travel, but they're not my go-to. It's just in case of emergency, I have them.
Yeah. Dee Dee asked on the subject of meat, since we're talking about meat, let's just keep talking about it. Do you buy your meat from a farm or the local grocery store?
Oh, that's a great answer. Well, it all depends where I'm at, but we get Good Ranchers. So Good Ranchers sources their meat from all local U.S. farms. They've been a sponsor of our show. I've had them on. They are great people who hold our values. So I love all the things that they're doing. And all of that meat, they have fish. They legit have the best chicken nuggets I've ever had. And there's no seed oils, which was really hard for them to make with the companies.
Yeah.
Because even when things say seed oil free, they were telling me the process that is shared on the episode that they were on, that there are guidelines where they actually are still allowed to use seed oils. They just don't finish it in seed oils. And because they don't finish it, they're allowed to say that they're seed oil free, like things like that. And they're like, no, we don't want any of it, because if we don't want to feed it to our kids, we don't want to feed it to our customers. But they have great chicken nuggets. So we do get Good Ranchers sent at home. It's like a delivery service, and you just order, you can do a one-off or have it delivered monthly. But then I'm always going to a grocery store, and I like to go to the butcher. That's what let's be real, Val does. But if I'm by myself, if I'm traveling, because I cook all my meals, even when I'm working, and then I'll just go to a reputable grocery store that I know has really good choice meat. And, you can look at all of the things. If it's organic or it's grass-fed, it tends to get really expensive. So I try to just make the best choice with what I have and what I want my budget to be.
Well, I'm going to look into Good Ranchers now.
Oh, yeah, you should.
But we have a Whole Foods that's right behind our house, and I love their meat. Also, especially love their bacon, which I'm going to now be thinking of you every time I get their bacon, since you are a bacon fan.
Love bacon.
But they have some incredible, they have different varieties of bacon there with their peppered bacon and jalapeno bacon. And their bacon is so thick there. It's making me want bacon right now.
That's why.
It's
I know.
So
we actually had some bacon this morning, and it was so thin. And I was like, no, I only want thick cut bacon.
You wanted Whole Foods bacon is what you wanted. Yeah.
The only thing with bacon is when it is flavored, or even you just have to look at the sugar. There's sugar in it when you don't even realize it. So trying to find one. And there are lots of brands that make no sugar bacon and will still be seasoned, but you just got to look at the ingredients.
I actually just like the straight up bacon. I don't even really like the flavoring. It's a little much for me because they put so much on there.
So,
but I like the regular straight up bacon from Whole Foods.
Guys, if you see me and you want to you just want me to love you, just bring me some bacon.
Your love language is bacon. Yeah, I see this meat theme with you, but also now that I know that you've smelled like fish, you smell like beef, I'm like, maybe your perfume is actually a meat smell. I don't know. So you can give me a hard time about forever, but I'm giving you a hard time about your scent of meat. Yes.
Totally.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. That was so much fun. I love answering those questions. I know we didn't get to nearly as many as we wanted to. And I think we talked about a lot of heavy things during this whole season that it just felt good to have fun and tackle some of the lighter questions.
It did. It was good. Even though I'm outed for my perfume. You're outed for your smells, but it was really fun. I mean, we want to talk about what the listeners, the watchers want to know.
Yeah, you guys asked these questions, so we're here for it. But we're so happy that you have joined us for 12 incredible episodes. And I hope you learned a whole lot. Don't forget your free whole body guide at Candace.com. It's the perfect way to keep learning and reflecting. And don't forget, Lisa's Body and Soul Bible Study book is linked there too. Lisa, this has been amazing. I'm so happy. Come back anytime when your next Bible study is that we can talk about on the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This has been incredible. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for sharing. Remember that if you have any burning questions that you want answered in the future, head to Candace.com and ask away. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Until next time, be grateful all day, every day. My Body and Soul podcast season with Lisa Whittle has been so good. We are getting a ton of feedback and more excellent questions. And one of the things we knew from the beginning was that a lot of really specific questions needed better answers. I'm not a doctor. Lisa is not a doctor. And your questions are about real problems that we want to give you help for. Now, if you're watching this and not listening on a podcast app, you might be wondering why I'm not on my podcast set right now. And that's because today I am shooting 30 videos to go with my new book, Rise and Renew. Rise and Renew is my brand new book out this fall. And when you get the book, I want to guide you through the 30-day journey. To buy the book or the course, you can go to Candace.com/together. But back to my podcast, my expert guests for our final 4 episodes of Body and Soul are a women's health expert, Dr. Tabitha Barber, and nutritional health coach, Vince Pitstick. Dr. Tabitha and Vince are joining us to really dig into the medical and educational side of women's health and nutrition. And they also have some really incredible personal stories to share. You will not believe the journeys they've been on. So join us next week as we dig deeper into everything you want to know about women's health. Life is like a roller coaster, but it is so much better when we go through it together. Candy Rock Entertainment, all rights reserved.